I am live. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. It's been a while since I've been on. And I hope you're all well. I hope people are doing okay. I was very, very busy last week. I had to work some extra hours at my mainstream job. A member of this team was off, so I had to cover their hours. And so yeah, so that's why I've not been on a live for a while. Obviously, many of you know, especially the members and subscribers know that I try to get on a few times a week if I can, but I just couldn't do it last week. I just couldn't get on. So hey ho, it is what it is, and there we go. So I hope we're all well. I hope we're doing okay. I'm just going to give it a few minutes for people to jump on the live, and we will just see where the conversation goes, see what people want to talk about, see what people want to discuss. But I've put the chat to subscribers only now, so I can do that on my laptop. I cannot do that on I cannot do that on I don't know what all this stuff is that's coming up on here. Yeah, I can't do that on my mobile, so I thought I would go on my laptop for a change and see if that makes a bit of a difference. So yeah, but hey, you know, the world's gone a little bit crazy, hasn't it? It's gone a little bit nutty, to say the least. So we've had all this stuff going on with Iran or Iraq or wherever it is yet again, and with the US, and now the British are getting involved, and all the political stuff involved, and all the economic stuff that's involved with it all as well. Because obviously that part of the world is very rich in oil and what have you. So obviously that's going to now either increase oil prices or make it very hard to get oil, which might push people to have to get electric vehicles, because I know that's the whole thing that they're trying to push people towards, even though electric vehicles are terrible for the roads, and are not very clean. They're not very effective, not very efficient, and the batteries themselves are not very good for recycling because of all the stuff that's in them that they're made of. So yeah, it's strange, isn't it? It's a crazy old world, and yeah. But what do we do? What do we do as individuals about all this shit's going on around us while the shit's hitting the proverbial fan, so to speak? What do we do? And the way I look at it, we don't engage, we don't react, we don't fall for it, because it's all a distraction for something else. Funnily, how all of this has just come out as well since Jay Epstein, all that sort of stuff came out as well, and there was a lot more of the unveiling of all of that stuff as well has come forward. So yeah, it's very, very unusual times. But like I say, don't fall for it. Don't get pulled in. Don't get pulled into the rhetoric and the drama that the media likes to create. Don't get pulled into the whole charade of it all, because that's all it is. It's a circus. It isn't. It is a circus. It's a stage show. It's all a stage show. It's all there to create emotional reaction, to create mental reaction, to create physical reaction, and the word react, itself is you're reenacting, you're reacting that energy that is being put out there. So the less that we give it, the less that we push against it and resist it and put all this energy into it that feeds it. If we do the opposite, it helps it. It just sort of allows it to sort of dissipate and disintegrate and go away. Um, and there's a lot of people, the Buddha and what have you, over the many centuries and whatever, they've talked about this and talked about this, just like not reacting, calming yourself. Don't react to the storm. Just be with yourself, and that's where we need to be. We need to be with ourselves here now. We need to be present. We need to be present with what we're feeling, what we're going through. We need to be doing the inner work, the continuous inner work that we're always doing, and that is what is of paramount importance. Um, so yeah, it's just a stage. It all is, and it's all pre-written. Everything is pre-written. Everything has been pre-written for the last few hundred years, to be fair. Um, and yeah, and that's where we're at. But we're just getting to the point now where a lot of people are becoming more aware of it and they're starting to see it and becoming more clued in to the whole charade of what is going on. So yeah, just let it go. Don't engage. Don't react. Just let it go. It will soon be something totally different. It'll be something totally. It'll be another response that they'll have to put out there to something else. They'll have to do the whole problem reaction solution that they always do every single time, and they always get the same responses from the same people. But those numbers are dwindling. They're getting less and less and less because people are wise to all the shit. They're wise to it all now. So just let it go. Don't engage. So yeah, but I hope we're all well. I hope we're keeping okay. Like I say, it's strange times. It's a strange world, and we've got to look after ourselves. We've got to look after our own energy. The more we attach, the more we engage to it, the more it depletes our energy. It depletes uh, our mental state. It depletes how we feel. It depletes how we go through our day to day. If we allow it to, if we allow it to become so deeply entrenched within us. So, we get these people that watch the news morning, noon, and night and read the newspaper and fall for it all. And they're just in this loop, this cycle, thinking that that's the truth. But the only truth that is ever going to serve you is what's in here. So come out of here, go into here, go into your heart, go into your truth center. This is your truth center. This is where you need to be. You need to be within your heart. You need to be within the presence of love, love for yourself, love for the earth, love for humanity, love for whatever is going on. Because love does not engage. Love just is. It's ever present. So yeah. So there we go. Um, but yeah, let me know how you've been. Let me know what you've been up to. Like I say, it's subscriber chat only. So it's a lot quieter in the chat, um, because you just get a load of people that just come in just for the sake because they've got nothing better to do, just to create whatever they want to create, and just again like what I've just been saying, don't allow it. Don't allow it to take place. Be authentic. Be real. Do what you need to do to protect your energy. And if that means stopping whatever, then stop it. Don't engage. Don't engage with it. So yeah, a very busy week last week. Hence why I've not been on many lives, and had quite a few client sessions. I had a lovely. It was our first Reiki community get together, which I haven't really advertised on here much, but I did put something in the community last night about it, where there was four of us, and those numbers will build. I've already had people get in touch via TikTok that want to be a part of it. Once they've started doing their Reiki training, they want to know if they can do that. So um, yeah, but it was really lovely. We talked about where we've come from, where how Reiki interacted with us, how it came into our lives. Hello, Sonia. How it's helping us, how it's affecting us on the positive, and sometimes the negative as well. Sometimes it might be deemed as a negative because of different things that people might feel. They might become more aware of emotions and how they're feeling, which some people can deem that as negative. But for me, that's very positive because you're becoming more aware of it. Um, and then we talked about the Reiki principles, the Reiki precepts, which is obviously the foundations of Reiki, the Sui system of Reiki. And then we did a little bit of a Reiki principles meditation. So what I was aiming to do with that was I repeated the mantra of the Reiki principles over and over again while the others just followed the breathing and meditated with their eyes closed. And what I asked them to be aware of was, as I was reciting the Reiki principles, for them to become aware of any resistance that they might feel towards any of the Reiki principles, and just to be aware of it, not to attach, but just to be aware. And that's there's a big difference between the attachment and just awareness, um, because as soon as you become attached to something, it pulls you down that vacuum of different stuff. Whereas if you're just aware, you feel, you notice, and you let it pass by. And that's kind of like the primary thing that we do in meditation is to observe and not to attach or absorb. And so that's great practice for anyone that might be empathic or might be feeling a lot of negative energy from the world stage, from the matrix that's going on. Practicing meditation gives you the tools and the skills to be able to manage life in a more mindful and harmonious way rather than being pulled into it all. So yeah, so I asked them to become aware of any any resistance to any of those principles. So obviously we've got letting go of anger, letting go of worry, being grateful, working hard and honestly, being compassionate, being kind. So yeah, I went through that, and then at the end of the meditation, I did the Reiki precepts in Japanese, and that really shifted things for people. A couple of them were crying, not like "Ooh," but the eyes filled up, and they felt the shifting energy when I used the Reiki principles in Japanese. Cheryl, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you're doing well, lovely. Um, I've put it to subscriber only for the chat, so it should only be uh, people who are respectful of the channel of what we're doing here as well. So you're doing good, jolly good. How's Sonia? How are you doing? How are you keeping? You've been very quiet of late, so I want to have a catch up with you at some point. Um, yeah, so I did the Reiki principles in Japanese after that, and like I said, that had a real effect for a couple of them in the Reiki group. So yeah, um, yeah, they felt a real shift when I started saying them in Japanese, and I did as well. And every time I say them in Japanese, um, there's something different happens. There is a different frequency within them in Japanese. I feel a lot of tingles. I feel a lot of energy around me when I say them in Japanese. When I say them in English, yeah, they're nice. But when I say them in Japanese, that there was a big shift. There was something different was taking place, and it's very interesting, Cheryl. Yeah, very very interesting. Um, so yeah, so I did them in English for maybe 3 4 minutes, and then we changed to Japanese for a couple of minutes, and they all felt a big shift with that. So words have different vibrations. They certainly do. Yeah, they certainly do. I always thought that regardless of how you said them, whether in English or Japanese, it doesn't matter because they have the same meaning. But obviously, with what happened last night, there's something different going on. There is something much more profound going on within that. And then after that, a couple of them uh, that were there. One was a guy that follows me on TikTok. The other is a lovely lady that follows me on YouTube and Instagram called Alison. and she pops on here on the live sometimes. And they were both feeling like they wanted to reconnect back to Reiki. They wanted to start using it again, do the self healing. So at the beginning, I formulated this list where I was going to do like a group healing for each of us, or maybe send it to the earth or the world or humanity or whatever's going on, personal causes. But when they were saying about this, I was thinking, you know what? Let's do some self healing in this group. So that's what we did. So I asked them, we went into Gasho, we just calmed the mind, focused on the breathing, and then I asked them just to put one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, just follow the breathing, and I just guided them into this nice healing space. I did the self healing as well. Then after a few minutes, I just asked them to just, if they felt drawn to move the hands to anywhere else in the body, to do so. Um, but if they were fine just with the hands there, then just keep them there as well. And they did that, and they all looked at the end of the call. They all looked lighter. There was big smiles. There was a sense of peace about them. It was absolutely beautiful. And like I came off just off the Zoom call, and before I'd started the Zoom call, I was feeling a little bit like, "Ugh, I'm feeling quite tired because I'd been at work anyway." But after the Zoom call, I just, from the energies of this connection that we created and the self healing, I just felt uh, wonderful. I just felt wonderful, really wonderful, calm, peaceful, energized. So yeah, it was really, really lovely. So if you're interested in joining any of this and you want to join in with me live with a group of other people that are Reiki practitioners, maybe you want to reconnect, find Reiki again, maybe you've lost your way with it, maybe you want to go a little bit deeper with it, maybe you want to do some um, group healing, or you want to learn something else, then the first Sunday of every month is when it's going to take place at 7 p.m. UK time, and that's what we're going to be doing. So that'll be with me, obviously, and then whoever else turns up. So I'm advertising it across various platforms, from my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok as well. So please follow me over on them. All my links are always below in the descriptions box. Follow me over there. You can keep up with the posts, you can keep up with the information, um, and keep up with what's going on. Tomorrow night, I intended to do a Reiki awareness Zoom call for people that might want to know, that aren't Reiki attuned but want to know what it's all about. I've had no interest in that, so obviously, fine, fair enough. So what I'm doing instead, um, tomorrow, I'll probably do a YouTube live on here for 7 p.m. And I'll maybe just do a Reiki awareness. So feel free, again, 7 p.m. UK time tomorrow. I'll be on here around about then. I'll try and get on around about then anyway. Um, and I'll answer any questions. So if you've got questions about my practice, about how I work, if you've got questions about your own practice, if you want to run anything by me that maybe you're a little bit confused about, then come and join me on the live on here. And I'll have the chat open. I won't have a subscriber only, and then people that do jump on can subscribe if they wish to, if they want to know more and follow me for more information about Reiki. Um, and hopefully some moderators will be on as well. So yeah, but that's going to be tomorrow. That's Tuesday, the 3rd. And then on, is it Wednesday? Let me just check my schedule. I'm actually off work this week. I'm off my job this week, but I've still got loads of stuff going on. This morning at 6 a.m. I was at Fit Boss coaching a gym session there. I'm back there again at 5:30 today to coach a gym session. Then I've got my boot camp at 6:30. And I've been doing housework. I've been helping my mum with some shopping this morning. I've got some food shopping in. So I've had quite a busy, industrious day already. Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow is the Reiki awareness. Wednesday, I've got a client on the morning. I'm taking my mum to an appointment. And then I've got a Fit Boss boot camp on the night. The Thursday evening, though, I'm going to be doing a TikTok live with Angela, who is over in Tennessee, who is also a Reiki practitioner, level 2 Reiki practitioner. And she's been really intrigued and enjoyed a lot of the content that I've put over on TikTok to do with some of the demystification and some of the crap that we see of what is Reiki and what isn't Reiki. So we decided to do a live to talk about something which was very interesting. Angela sent me a message last week, and this is why this whole thing came about. Where I think it was a relative of hers has been going to see this practitioner, holistic practitioner, that uses tech equipment, and the equipment sort of analyzes the frequency in the body, and then that kind of gives a diagnosis of what's going on, even though we're not meant to diagnose. Um, and they're paying a lot of money for this service. And she was asking them, well, why don't you just have like a session of Reiki, because that's going to help you heal? And they were saying that, well, they want to find the solution. They want to get to the bottom of something. So that's why they're going down the tech route. But the practitioner is saying that they need to pay for so many sessions up front. I think it's like 5 sessions. I think it's over $100 a session. And then they have a consultation, which is so many more dollars, which is on top of that. And then something else, which is more money on top of that. So it's becoming a little bit of a minefield. This wellness holistic approach to things is becoming a minefield with regards to obviously the cost of what people are wanting to pay. Um, and it just seems a little bit extreme. That's what I was thinking, Cheryl. It's some sort of biofeedback tool, like a bit like maybe like a Rife machine or something like that, that gives you kind of information. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure about them. I don't know. I mean, I've had a Rife machine used on me before to help with some veins in my leg. It didn't make any difference. Didn't improve anything. Um, so I don't know. Um, I really don't know. So yeah, but I don't know. Something about them just doesn't feel right for me, and I don't know if it's because um, technology is involved or something external rather than us working internally with ourselves. Um, because at the end of the day, um, our own innate wisdom and like innate intelligence does what it needs to. It gives us the information if we're willing to listen to the body, if we're willing to listen to what's going on internally. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure about them. I'm really not sure about them, but they could be very, very good. But yeah, I don't know. It seems that I don't know. It just seems a bit. Mm, seem a bit too easy. It seems a bit too good to be true. Um, and especially when they're doing like a diagnosis. I'm not really sure about that because we shouldn't really diagnose because we're not medical professionals as such, So yeah, we're there to support. So yeah, but there we go. That's by the by. Um, what else have we got on this week? Friday, more clients on Friday, and Saturday I'm going up to see my friend up in Newcastle, and then Sunday day off, so I'll go and see my mum again. My mother's had surgery, so yeah, so we're doing a lot of work for her at the minute to try and help her and support her with what she's going through, which is another reason why I've not been on as much. So there's a lot going on in the background, which I'm not going to get into details because it's not my business to tell people on a live that. But yeah, so that's what's happening at the minute. But other than that, she's okay. She's probably trying to do more than what she can and what she should, but that's my mother. That's mothers all over, I think. They're just like to keep going and they can be quite stubborn at times. Um, but yeah, so she felt tired after shopping this morning. She felt it, because that was the first time she'd been out since her appointment, which was last day we on Monday. Was it Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday? I think it was. So uh, but yeah, that's like I say, that's mothers for you, and you've just got sometimes you've got to just let them do what they need to do, and then they'll feel it, and then they'll be like, yeah, I've done too much. So they have to just they have to just get on with it, kind of thing. You can't tell them or force them to do something. So yeah. But other than that, she's all right. She's doing well, and so probably from next week, I'm going to start giving her weekly Reiki treatments as well to help support her healing as well. Maybe a little bit of massage, but I'll just have to see. I just have to see how she's getting on really with that. So yeah. But anyway, Sonia, you've been down the allotment. The weather is getting a lot better, isn't it? It's getting drier. Things are starting to sprout. Things are starting to grow again, which is good. Um, so yeah, the temperature's definitely changed, and because things are starting to sprout out the back there now, I really need to cut it all back and cut it all down, ready for some new growth because I've not done anything out there. It's just been like I've just not had the chance. I've not had time. So maybe this week at some point I'll do a bit of that as well. Do a bit of tidying up and cleaning and sorting out in the yard. So that's something else to be done this week at some point. So yeah, today was catching up with washing and housework, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Um, Not much else to report. Like I say, the world is in like it's just gone crazy once again. But like I've said before, just don't get involved. Don't attach. Just let it do what it needs to do. The less energy we give it, the quicker it will pass. This too shall pass, and it'll soon be forgotten about. It'll be something else next week. It's always like blinkers and layers and all this stuff that they try to these different veils that they try to throw to take us off the scent of where we need to be ourselves. We need to be here. We need to be present. We need to be now, which is something that I'd actually discussed did a podcast with Gordon Smith Duran, who was my hypnotherapy teacher and is my hypnotherapy teacher. Sorry, and so check that out. It's one of my recent videos where we talked about Reiki, about healing, about the awakening. We talked about all the different things that are going on around the world and how we no longer we're no longer in the power of being able to wake people up. We no longer need to do that. We've done our bit for King and Country. We don't need to put any more energy into that. What is happening is out there, the media, all the shit that's going on, that is doing the job for us now. Because people are becoming so more aware and so more switched on. It's this snowball effect. People are becoming more aware. They're seeing it. They're seeing it. They're seeing it. They're not getting involved. So the more we take a step back, we preserve our energy, we focus on ourselves, we keep our cups full, we keep ourselves strong, ready for the next step, ready for whatever we need to do for ourselves. That's where we need to have our focus is with us. And from there, beautiful things happen to those that are around us, and globally, collectively, it just has a transcendental effect on everyone and everything. So yeah, uh, yeah, there's not much more to say really. So yeah, just let them do what they need to do, and that will help to awaken people. And if they don't want to wake up, if they don't want to become more aware of what's really going on, then that's going to be where the split is. Just leave them where they need to be, and we move on collectively in our vibrational field, and we move forward, creating a new vibrational earth, which is already it's already there. The foundation is already there. Um, the foundations are already there. The blueprint is ready. The blueprint has been ready since the year 2000, and it's just formulates. Just happen. It just takes time to formulate. The anchors are coming down. The light codes are coming in. People are being switched on. People are just like tapping into divine consciousness. So yeah, just allow it to happen. Just be. Just be. Mission of squirrels. Absolutely. Just be. And let all that shit do what it needs to do out there. Everything is going to be fine. Zephyr, welcome, brother, welcome. Don't panic. Everything is going to be all right in the end. Absolutely, absolutely. And then the more that we have this, um, the more that we have this feeling of safety, of comfort, of oneness, of just inner stability, that is us deep rooted into the foundations of truth, the foundations of ourself, the foundations within nature, and that is where the power is. That is really where the power is. And if you can get out into nature, go for walks, get on the beach, get in the forests, get in the hills. Have salt baths if you can't get into nature. Um, Use your sage, use your incense, whatever. But if you can get into nature, that is the most powerful tonic for your soul. It really, really is. I'm going to be doing lots of that this week. Lots of trying to get out, walking, and get some air, get into nature, blow the cobwebs away. Cheryl lives in a beautiful valley. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Um, would you like a tomato plant? Um, yeah, I don't. I'm happy. I'm happy to have a tomato. I used to have loads of tomato plants. I used to grow all sorts. A few years ago, when we were going through the whole, we were coming out of COVID, but everyone was like sort of trying to be self-sufficient and trying to grow stuff and what have you. And a lot of people still do. I sucked. I I failed big time at it. Nothing grew, nothing flourished, apart from a raspberry bush, which is a fucking nightmare out the back because it just takes over everything. It's just enormous. So every like twice a year I have to cut it right back because it just all the roots, it just grows out. It goes under the slabs and everything. It's just horrendous. Um, and yeah, great for the bees though. So lavender, we have out there a little bit of lavender, not as much as we used to. That's great for the bees. The raspberry bush, great for the bees. We've got a camellia out there, which the bees love. Um, I just and it's nice to hear nature again. It's nice to hear the birds in the morning, birds tweeting, the blackbirds, the robins, the sparrows, the chaffinches. It's just lovely to hear the bird song in the morning. Um, yeah, I've missed that. I've really missed that through the winter months. When I'm going out with the dogs in the morning, it's just quiet, deathly quiet, and there's no sound of nature. There's no birds. There's a few seagulls that are sort of like flying about, eating crap off the ground or whatever, chips and things that people have dropped. But other than that, just that lovely springtime bird song. It's back. It makes you feel good, doesn't it? When you hear it on a morning, you wake up and you're just like, oh yes, it it's something that just nurtures the soul because it is a part of us. We're a part of it, and what we feel that, don't we? We feel that within our very being, within the core of our being. We're so connected to nature. We feel when spring comes around, we feel like things are starting to wake up inside us again. Um, and that's our connection to nature. We're starting to regrow. We're starting to flourish once again. And then we get to the summer and we're taking in all the wonderful sun's rays and yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bird song. I can almost understand what they're saying. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. You just listen to them just tweeting away and chirping away, and you just think, yeah, you're just so happy, that you're there, just doing what you do as a bird. Birds just do what they do, and they don't need to do any more. And that's a great lesson for us. We don't need to do any more. We just need to be, as nature teaches us. Just be. Very, very powerful lessons from nature. Really powerful. Yeah. So yeah, so what else has been going on? That's about it, really. Like I say, I was working a lot last week, so that's why I've not been on the lives much. Um, and yeah, I've just been pretty tired. So chilling with the birds is one of my favorite things. You and me both, Cheryl. You and me both. I absolutely love it. I love going out in the morning, especially early morning. I mean, I was up at 4:30 this morning. I was up really early this morning because obviously I was coaching at 6 o'clock. But I took the dogs out, and it was pitch black. It was all dark. There was hardly any traffic about. There was hardly any cars, but you could just hear the birds in the park and wherever they were. It's just lovely to wake up to. It really is. And even having the window open and just hearing them chirping away on the morning, it makes you feel. It does. It makes you feel alive again. So yeah. So what's new with everybody else? Has everybody been okay? Has everybody had a good weekend? Is there anything going on that we've not covered that we need to discuss? Are you all feeling okay? You're all feeling upbeat? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling drained? We've got a full moon coming up as well. That can affect people a little bit. Yeah, how are you all feeling, like individually? How are you getting on? Do you get affected by the full moons as well? Is that something that affects you a little bit? Do you feel it? Um, Sometimes I do, sometimes I do, but not all the time. Uh, it's usually just like the big lunar eclipses and whatever that get me. And the new moons as well, I think, are quite. Um, the new moons as well are very, very powerful. Hello, I'm Jenny Korean. Recently learned Reiki. I understand about 70% of what you say, but I'm grateful to be here before going to sleep. Well, welcome. Welcome, Jenny from Korea. Lovely to have you here. I don't know what the dog's barking about. Shh. Oh, it's the dog next door's barking. That's what it is. Don't you be joining in with him. Go and tell him off. Where's Jeffy? Go tell him. Go tell Jeffy. Go get him. No, you're not going to go and get him. All right, okay. Yeah. Just going with the flow, really, but it's been heavy a bit. Yeah, I've seen a couple of people that I follow on Facebook. They've said that they're feeling a little bit heavy, a little bit drained, not sleeping very well. Um, Last night I slept well. The couple of nights before that, I didn't sleep very well. I had very, very disturbed sleep. And yeah, I've been seeing a lot of spirit lately as well. I've been seeing a lot of faces, either in meditation or as I'm drifting off to sleep. I'm seeing a lot of whoosh, like swirling faces and moving in and moving out and what have you. And I've also felt a lot of tingling around me as well, um, which is obviously the indication of spirit around me as well, and my guides supporting me as well. Bit of pressure pushing down. Yeah, you've been cold, right? Okay. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or the day before I was really cold. It was a really cold day. Even though I had like a few layers on and a fleecy jacket, I still felt quite cold. Um, but yeah, but yeah, the weather's been really kind of inclement, really, hasn't it? Been very up and down. It has been a very long winter. You're quite right, Cheryl. Very long winter. Um, yeah, it's nice to start to see the end of it and start to see the days drawing out a little bit and lighter mornings, lighter, a little bit lighter into the day. So give it another month or so. It's going to be we're going to be getting back into that nice sort of span of good light, good weather, bit of sunshine, which is what we're all craving, that bit of sunshine now, aren't we? So yeah. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to add. I just thought I'd pop on and let you know that yes, I'm still around. It's just been a very busy week and a bit. Um, so yeah, so if you're interested, please do jump on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. UK time, where we will do a live Reiki awareness chat on here to discuss Reiki from its origins to where it is now, and yeah, we'll get into that and maybe take it a little bit deeper, see where we need to go. But obviously, it's more about awareness and just learning about what Reiki is. I don't want to go too deep with it. But yeah, if you're interested, please do pop on and I will see you there. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, liking. Please do share this live around as well to other people that might be interested in the channel and learning more about Reiki, to join the Reiki Journey YouTube channel and follow what we're doing here. But thank you to everybody and thank you to the members especially. So thank you. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And I'll see you all again soon. Toodaloo for now. Bye bye.